All right. Such a weird, crazy last 48 hours. Um, super strong up candle, super strong down candle. Took out the low of the prior candle. The down candle took out the low of the up candle, but it did not take out the high, so it's not an outside down bar, nor is it an outside down body, but it's kind of nasty that it broke below the low. Um, this is the kind of thing that you see, I feel like, pretty frequently, though, that like you'll have this and then like today's candle will just be a straight up candle like that, and then we'll keep going and marching. So I don't think this means that um, bulls are dead necessarily. And if we're looking at like the hourly chart, I think that this candle in particular is super weird. It went up first and then it went down. It went all the way up to the 1 hour EMA or MA or whatever, and rejects off that and puts in a new low, and then immediately bounces back. So this is like a Darth Maul outside down bar that we're technically inside of a range of until we break out of it, right? And it seems currently like we're probing upward into the range, so I think I'm a little bit biased towards us testing these higher 39s up to 40K than I am for us to just dump. I think these two candles in particular kind of this is one that we were watching earlier. Um, it was kind of touch and go until the end and it closed green, and I think that green close and then the break above it enables this type of move here. Nice decent follow through, but then rejection. I mean, this is barbed wire, right? But it re-enters that barbed wire area and gets a nice strong bounce off of it. Tried to test the high and rejected. I think this was also one that kind of until the end of the hour was looking kind of green. And now this current bar is pushing down, but I don't really see how, like, if we just go down like this, I don't really see that happening. Um, I would think that if we're going to go down like that, we'll probably get like this type of situation where we'll be able to get a better entry. I don't think we're just going to drop through the floor without a pullback. So as far as the short side goes, I think I'm looking to play a pullback. As far as the long side goes, if this current bar, 1 hour bar, closes as a green candle, like if it closes up here with this wick and then nice decent body, I would think that you can buy above that bar, stop below it, and taking a shot at 40K. I think that seems like a decent trade because there's just so much like buying pressure, green bodies, wicks down here. Like this is all being bought up. As soon as we took this level, huge wick, bought it back up immediately. There is some selling pressure up here, right? Um, but I think this buying pressure could potentially um, outweigh it and cause us to kind of do a little bit of a rally here kind of thing, and maybe we get a rejection there, and then we can start to maybe see some sort of um, extended dump like follow through from this. But I think it's also very reasonable that I mean, this is such a strong like high volume candle, big body. I think it's possible that we can kind of like do like this and then like over the next couple of days like push higher. Yeah, maybe we kind of like stay in this region and kind of like break out towards the end of the day tomorrow. Um, I mean, this is like something like this. like on daily open tomorrow kind of thing. And that would be like if we look at the 1 day chart, yeah, something like this. I could definitely see that happening, right? I think that's pretty reasonable. Um, 4 hour chart, this looks somewhat reasonable. I mean, on the 4 hour chart, this huge mall candle closes green. And then it gets a nice follow through green candle, and then it gets another follow through candle of higher high, higher low. It closes as a red doji. It might be a green doji on other exchanges, and then this is our open. And if we break above this high, I think that yeah, it's pretty reasonable to go and take another shot at this, if not the MA there. So I'm kind of feeling like that is what we're looking at. I definitely want to be patient on this bar because I think if it's going to be a play to the short side, I think we're going to get more of a heads up and like a pullback opportunity before, it just goes. I don't think we're just going to straight teleport through the low like on this bar. So I think as far as shorts go, it's good to be patient. And then as far as longs go, I mean, of course, we're not longing here. We could long above this level, but I think better is if we get a nice green close, like if we're able to bounce off of maybe like this type of trend line or something like that, and then we close this kind of green with a nice tail on the bottom. I think that is a good setup for a further push to the upside through this level, and that way you can probably like maybe get in even like $100 earlier, so you don't have to wait till 39,650 or 39,700. Yeah, this one is 39,650. This one is only 39,588. So yeah, you can get in at 39.6, but maybe if we get a nice close, like this opened at 418. So even if we get a close at like 518 or something like that, then you can probably get a slightly earlier entry. 1 second. And then like on the lower time frame chart, um, we had like this nice bounce off of the EMA here. What I'm not the biggest fan of is that these are kind of gap bars on the EMA and could be possibly like putting in lower high and looking to kind of break back down. So like I said, we don't want to be too biased towards the long side, because anything like this can happen. And then maybe we get another touch of the EMA and then a shortable setup. I don't think it makes sense to be short right now. Um, I guess you can kind of be short like here with your stop maybe here, probably more realistically here, or if you want to be, all the way down here, just because this is pretty strong, right? Even though this is pretty strong as well, but I think this is strong following this strength. So it's less meaningful because we had really strong strength. Bears tried to push it back. They kind of pushed it back to almost the origin, but then within just another few candles, 5 candles, bulls were able to push it again. But now Bears are pretty clearly in control the last hour, right? Um, but we'll see how they're able to continue, because if we're able to get a bounce off of this if we're able to get a bounce off of this EMA again, let me flip it here. Suppose we can get a bounce off this EMA and then start the rally. I think that would make a lot of sense as well. So I think based on just being that this is the daily open candle, it's going to be a little bit more of a fickle market. Possibly we'll form a wedge and then maybe break out. That's a good question. On the 15-minute time frame, do we buy above any bar? Definitely our target is up here. If we do, if we are looking for a long, our target is going to be up here. We've had good strength here. We've had great strength here. We've been holding this level for 18 hours or so. We've made an attempt to break out of this trading range here, and we're back in it right now. We are in it, but we've had 2 pushes out, And when you break out of a trading range and then you break back into the trading range, your minimum target is the other side of the trading range, and we didn't get there here. So not only did we not get there here, then we busted back out of the trading range. And I guess now that we're back in it, again, first target is here. We should be getting here. So if we don't get here, the thing is, like, does it make sense to start buying above any candle? I don't know if it does. Maybe it does because this candle is so far away that if we break back up to this 453 region, and especially if that coincides with kind of like, especially if it goes like this, kind of like coincides with this ending of the close, and we close it green, like I said, that hourly close, then yeah, it could make sense to catch along. But is it better to buy above any candle, or is it better to wait for a little bit more confirmation? Because, like, couldn't we just get this kind of situation? This next candle goes up here, right? Like, this candle closes like this, next candle goes like that, and then further dumping till we get to this level. And where's your stop? Probably just has to be underneath here. So I guess if you have this small enough bar, if we close this bar like this and the subsequent bar breaks above this level, then your risk is quite small for what could potentially be the earliest entry to a ride to 40K. That's so funny. I left the room and I came back and I saw these huge bars on screen and I was like, oh no, were we on the 1 minute chart and like it just boomed through? But okay, yeah, it doesn't seem that way. It's only been a couple minutes anyway. But yeah, this is looking like an attempt to break out of the range, right? I mean, there's multiple ranges here. Obviously, we first have this range, which we've attempted to break out of, and we're attempting to, potentially have a retest of. I think I would be happy to buy 39,369 with a stop under 39,300. Super small risk. And that's provided that low time frame structure looks decent. I'm not sure that it does, but I do see 1, 2, 3 pushes down and a potential, to push above here, but also kind of in its own little horizontal range that could be flagging. So I don't know if it makes too much sense to buy above this and put the stop under here, but I guess you could do that it's a pretty early, it's quite early, right? But it's very possible the next bar just starts pumping immediately to 400s, and then from there, like, it just goes and it goes and it goes and it's gone. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that. The question is it worth it to take these trades? Is this a trade that's worth taking? And again, it would not be being patient. We want to be being patient, right? It's only 4:30. It's only 4:27. So the 4:30 candle is only just now closing. Let's see what the 30-minute time frame is looking like. Yeah, 30-minute time frame is looking like a short setup. In fact, 30-minute time frame is looking like it wants us to take this trade. I don't like that, like I said, because of the strength of the rally here, even though it's kind of had this double top thing. But obviously on the daily chart, it looks like we do want to probably go. I mean, it doesn't look like we do probably want to, but on the daily chart, it looks like it's very possible and very probable that we could continue dumping and we could continue to push towards, 37K. If we zoom out like this, I don't know. This is just such a weird price action. I gotta be honest with you. That's why I'm trying to be pretty cautious about taking trades, because I really don't have certainty, and that's another reason why I don't want to take shorts prematurely, because I would be happy to, pick up a trade like right here on a pullback that has a much higher likelihood of proceeding to that target. Um, like I said, I don't think it's just going to go straight to the target right now. So might as well just wait for a um, pullback to take a short. Yeah, this 30-minute candle is about as strong as it gets, you know, so I don't think it's fadeable. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Um, I guess I was thinking, you know, to short below this level to start the day, like as soon as it broke under it. I had an opportunity to short 39,360, and I even want to say 39,388. Let me see. So this is the open, yeah. Like these candles have the opportunity to short here and decided not to at the time, which I think is whatever. It's fine. Um, like I said, we should get a pullback opportunity. But yeah, here we are testing this EMA again on the 15-minute chart. Would like to see what type of resolution it provides. If we break under $39,050, I think it's not looking good for bulls. I think it's probably become much more bear biased then, and definitely start looking to short pullbacks. And you can even put the stop above here, above this bar for 39,434, or up here, I guess, to be a little more safe. But I don't like to be so safe, especially on moves like this that could be potential momentum moves. The only thing is, like, this was your pullback. We don't necessarily have a second attempt down. I think it would be nicer if we had like this and then attempt down and then kind of go. Primarily because this bar is so strong. Um, yeah, you know, I usually don't like to trade in between um, while within the range of a Darth Maul, but trying to be a little bit more proactive on this one because I do think that there should be an opportunity to make some money. Like I said, we could have been in here. Oops. Um, Under this bar was 387, so yeah, somewhere around here, like on this candle somewhere. Was a 15-minute setup, but I didn't want to take the 15-minute setup because of how much bullish strength there has been in kind of this area. It's a lot of time, you know, it's a lot of time for bears to like be off the map. So when bears are off the map for that long, I just don't expect like so much out of them. And now if we get a double bottom here, like that's going to be pretty strong, right? If we bounce off this level, like what is if we bounce off this level, what are we supposed to do but get long? Um, but yeah, like I said, we should be gunning for this 38,900 level, the low of the range, and possibly beyond. And we are not quite at the level where you can buy above any candle. I wouldn't say that we are, but yeah, I think we just need to wait out the 1 hour candle now. But this 1 hour candle has pushed so far down that we're really going to have to, basically this 1 hour candle has to close. The next 30 minutes we have to close at 39,500 or I don't think the long is going to be a go. All right.